Hello there, and welcome to the channel. Well, it's Wednesday, and you see there's not a slideshow because this is going to be a little longer passage. And there's any number of passages from Douglas Adams that I could read and enjoy sharing with you. But I decided to pick this one because it reminds me of my oldest brother, Dean. So here we go. Chapter 2 of So Long and Thanks for All the Fish from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. Rob McKenna was a miserable bastard, and he knew it, because he had a lot of people pointed out to him over the years, and he saw no reason to disagree with them, except the obvious one, which was that he liked disagreeing with people, particularly people he disliked, which included, at the last count, everybody. He heaved a sigh and shoved down a gear. The hill was beginning to steepen, and his lorry was heavy with Danish thermostatic radiator controls. It wasn't that he was naturally predisposed to be so surly, at least he hoped not. It was just the rain that got him down, always the rain. It was raining now, just for a change. It was a particular type of rain that he particularly disliked, particularly when he was driving. He had a number for it. It was rain type 17. He had read somewhere that the Eskimos had over 200 different words for snow, without which their conversation would probably have got very monotonous. So they wouldn't distinguish between thin snow and thick snow, light snow and heavy snow, sludgy snow, brittle snow, snow that came in flurries, snow that came in drifts, snow that came in on the bottom of your neighbor's boots, all over your nice clean igloo floor. The snows of winter, the snows of spring, the snows you remember from your childhood that were so much better than any of your modern snow. Fine snow, feathery snow, hill snow, valley snow, snow that falls in the morning, snow that falls at night, snow that falls on all of a sudden just when you were going out fishing, and snow that despite all your effort to train them, the huskies pissed on. Rob McKenna had 231 different types of rain entered in his little book, and he didn't like any of them. He shifted down another gear, and the lorry heaved its revs up. It grumbled in a comfortable sort of way about all the Danish thermostatic radiator controls it was carrying. Since he had left Denmark the previous afternoon, he had been through type 33, light pricking drizzle, which made the road slippery, 39, heavy spotting, 47 to 51, vertical light drizzle through to sharply slanting light to moderate drizzle, freshening, 87 and 88, two finely distinguished varieties of vertical torrential downpour, 100, post-downpour squalling, cold, all of the sea storm types between 192 and 213 at once, 123, 124, 126, 127, mild and intermediate cold gusting, regular and syncopated cab drumming, 11, breezy droplets, and now his least favorite of all, 17. Rain type 17 was a dirty bladder battering against his windshield so hard that it didn't make much odds whether he had his wipers on or off. He tested this theory by turning them off briefly, but as it turned out, the visibility did get quite a lot worse. It just failed to get better again when he turned them back on. In fact, one of the wiper blades began to flap off. Swish, 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 flop, swish, swish, flop, swish, swish, flop, swish, flop, swish, flop, flop, flat, scrape. He pounded his steering wheel, kicked the floor, thumped his cassette player, and it suddenly started playing Barry Manilow. Thumped it until it stopped again, and swore and swore and swore and swore and swore. It was at the very moment that his fury was peaking that there loomed swimmingly in his headlights, hardly visible through the bladder, a figure by the roadside. A poor, bedraggled figure, strangely attired, wetter than an otter in a washing machine, and hitching. Poor miserable sod, thought Rob McKenna to himself, realizing that here was somebody with a better right to feel hard done by than himself. Must be chilled to the bones, stupid to be out hitching on a filthy night like this. All you get is cold, wet, and lorries driving through puddles at you. He shook his head grimly, heaved another sigh, gave the wheel a turn, and hit a large sheet of water square on. See what I mean, he thought to himself as he plowed swiftly through it. You get some right bastards on. Splattered in his rearview mirror a couple of seconds later was the reflection of the hitchhiker drenched by the roadside. For a moment he felt good about this. A moment or two later he felt bad about feeling good about it. Then he felt good about feeling bad about feeling good about it, and, satisfied, drove on into the night. At least it made up for finally having been overtaken by that Porsche he had been diligently blocking for the last 20 miles. And as he drove on, the rain clouds dragged down the sky after him, for, though he did not know it, Rob McKenna was a rain god. All he knew was that his working days were miserable and he had a succession of lousy holidays. All the clouds knew was that they loved him and wanted to be near him, to cherish him, and to water him.